Warning, spoilers ahead. Welcome to the Operation STRIX podcast. I am your host, The Crow. Joining me today is Roski Dressman.
Oh, hello.
Cool Blu-rays.
Hello.
This is fucking goofy. Dancing Pineapples.
Hello.
And Sid.
Hi, I'm very violently ill.
Yeah, she is projectile. All the I mean, what's that one meme of the fucking the projectile tears where it's just like, look how hard I can cry. That's all of us right now.
The really funny thing is that I'm actually kind of ill, but I'm in the best mood of all
I hear
of
the
you.
police coming for us. It's on the background.
Can't contain us. We're too busy being rabid. Chapter 99, guys. Third part of Martha and Henry, and not the last part. This is gonna be at least a 4-parter.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that. I thought we would be done after this chapter, so I was like, oh god, there's more.
There's
more
always
pain.
more.
But you know what I did expect, and I did call? That we were going to get Donovan Desmond in our third part.
That you did.
I cannot believe that happened. I was
really-
like, oh, jump scare.
I
Donovan.
thought y'all were like real Delulu about that. I really thought y'all were Delulu
No.
about that.
I know Endo. Or at least I pretend like I do. But I know him this time.
Moon Man.
Moon Man.
Goddamn Moon Man.
Goddamn Moon Man. And he
dare
is
he
on a
drop this.
warpath in like several ways on this chapter. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to work our way to Donovan. But first, let's start off with the fake out air raid from last chapter. I kind of figured he was going to do that. Like, I wasn't sure, but I didn't think we would get like a full on like people dying first chapter or first few pages. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't think we were going to get like a full on air raid, but I didn't think it'd be like a complete swerve either, where it's just like, oh, it was just a false alarm. Everything's fine. Sorry for scaring the shit out of you children, but
I actually like that. You know, like I will not have minded, like, and not so violent proper air raid or something like that. But I don't like that that it was a false alarm in the sense that it explores the kind of paranoia that people were experiencing.
Exactly, yeah. I was
It's
gonna
like,
say.
yeah, oh,
Yeah.
they're bombing us. No, they're not. They're bombing us.
Basically, they see the words air, like airplanes, and their immediate jump is like, oh god, they're about to bomb us. We need to get to the shelters. Everyone run around, and like losing their heads or something. And,
Yeah.
Then they just say, oh, is someone like just misinterpreted and panicked about whatever was actually going on?
yeah.
And-
It's still, yeah.
I mean, it was conveniently done, so Martha couldn't confess her love, which happens like 3 or 4 other
Yo,
times. through
she
the
just kept getting
chapter.
swerved this chapter. I was like, damn, like, Endo's really just freaking giving
Endo
it to
said,
her this
I
chapter.
hate Martha specifically.
I don't know. I think he hated Henry more than anything this time because he was also going through it towards the end there.
Endo has
Giving
a lot
him
of hate
feelings.
in his heart. Endo has a lot of hate in his heart, and we need to talk about that later.
Yeah, I think he
Oh,
needs to see a psychiatrist, an actual psychiatrist, not lawyer.
no.
Endo giving Henry like subtle feelings and realizing things, and then BAM!
Not realizing things.
Not realizing things. Going.
Why do I
cool-
feel like this is Endo projecting?
Oh, God.
Projecting. Oh shit.
Yeah. Well, so
Goddamn.
yeah. I mean, we get past the air raid part. Martha's like, "Oh, I didn't want to tell you anything. I just wanted, to see me off." And Henry's like, "Okay." And Martha's like, "Damn, I'm stupid." And then so she starts trying to write letters, which I thought was really cute. But then
I
she
think
gets
it's
swerved
redacted.
again. Yeah, redacted.
Right.
Yeah.
And I totally love that part too, because it's like I feel like most mangaka and authors would like gloss over that part where it's like we're in the middle of a war. You can't be like telling them where you're going to be at any given time.
Right,
Like
right.
I feel like they would have come up with some other reason why they couldn't meet up, like, oh, Henry just never got the letter or something like that. But this was like an actual real life scenario. It was like, no, you idiot, you can't be telling them shit like that. Like, go ahead and like scrub the letter. But I appreciated that part right there.
Yeah, it's a neat detail. It's like the kind of stuff people don't bother with.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It makes it feel really real, and it definitely like points us in the direction of, I guess, like we can kind of say like, yeah, the war is the biggest reason why Martha and Henry just never really had a chance to kind of be together. I mean, not only that, but like they're opposing kind of viewpoints at that point, and then it all kind of came to a head when, I mean, we'll get to it, but like it all just led to what we have now, which is Martha and Henry aren't together, but they're still at least friends on some level, and it's just so hard to read what could have been if they just weren't being screwed over by the world, fucking up their love story. It hurts. It really does.
That makes me scared for like what the like Endo could write for like.
It's actually so funny to me because like Endo writes the most ridiculous shit for the Forger family, like how they can do these amazing, incredible things most of the time. But then when he does Martha and Henry, it's like they're super grounded and real in their pain and their like struggles. And I'm like, is this the same manga? What the fuck is going on right now?
Really? Real.
Like
That's
the tone is so different because these are like real people who don't have super strength, who don't have like connections to government agencies or anything. They're just two citizens trying to survive a war and trying to keep in contact with each other and everything. And it hurts me that there's no real like nonsensical special mangaka like explanation for how they could actually have worked out or anything, or like gotten extra help from some random kind stranger.
It's almost
like there is nothing like that.
It's almost jarring to see it with Endo's art, how because like it's not a slight against his artwork or anything. It's just like it's so stylized, but the story is so well grounded. Like it's not doing anything that is particularly unrealistic in any level. And you see these stylized characters going through these very grounded emotions. Like, that's weird. I wasn't expecting these characters to go through this stuff.
Especially knowing how, I mean, in the future, Martha becomes like this amazing super soldier gymnastics, like ballerina, and Henderson is like the most elegant, elegant guy around and punches people. They start, I mean, they were, those tidbits of who they were always there, but like it is amazing to see like how grounded and real they were, and then of course they kind of became a bit more ridiculous in the future, but like knowing where all that came from, like knowing their backstory, I'm like, oh my god, it just hits harder now.
And that's always been a strength of Endo, like we had talked about the last episode, is like he's really good at drawing writing people. And as much as he relies really, on the tropes and stuff like that, he actually knows like, okay, like this needs to be a real person at the end of the day. And
he knows how to ground people. Like he introduces them in such a like entertaining, usually kind of comedic way, or like ridiculous, like how overpowered they are, or how crazy they are. But then when he always has such a like a good writing, like just good stories whenever it comes to grounding the characters. Whenever we want to know a bit more about who they are and their backstory and stuff, he does a very excellent job with it. Whenever he does take the time to do it, because I know it doesn't always happen. Like with certain villain characters, he doesn't do that. Like he didn't do that with Sniff Jobs. He didn't do that with. Well, I actually don't know how much he was involved with that the villain from Code White or anything, but. I mean, that guy was pretty stereotypically like neo-Nazi kind of shit. Like he was basically a Nazi.
his mustache, like
literally stealing dessert from a child.
Literally, like
that was just him being a dick. Like
he was a dick the whole movie. He didn't. He was a dick the whole movie. Nicely.
Make her poop and then kill her. Yes.
Yeah, he was gonna turn her into a kebab and everything.
And yeah.
I'm like, sir.
But
you have problems.
But yeah, Martha and Henry, like, I love that Endo decided to give them the spotlight for like nearing the 100th chapter of Spike's family. I think that's really cool of Endo to do that with such like compelling characters and not focus on Dwyer, just to give us like something, a taste of something different, something a bit more. It's refreshing just to see some other dynamics and.
No, but I do think this will tie back to them.
Oh, absolutely!
It is.
It's way too important not to mean anything.
Yeah.
Like for like Dwyer stuff or.
This chapter was so long too, and just
it was a really long chapter. Yeah,
it was. This is how he earned his vacation or visit to England, was putting out this chapter.
Yeah, and it shows too in several ways. Like, I'm pretty sure he did his research on this for a couple of instances. The main one that strikes out at me is like the women's auxiliary being forced into front lines. I was like, I was thinking about it beforehand, and I actually looked it up. So it's probably not a 1-to-1 comparison, but I was looking up like women soldiers in World War One, and there actually was a battalion, or there might have been several battalions, but there was one in Russia, and they were called the Russian Women's Battalion of Death.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah.
So it's a very intimidating name, but apparently their training was rushed, and they were like basically like forced out into the front lines.
Good.
Yeah, and that was I couldn't help but think of that when I was reading this chapter.
Yeah.
And, it was rough when the women were discussing like how they thought they had a choice in it, and then one of them points out like, no, my boyfriend's the CEO, and they will not just let us not be part of it. Like, we have to do this, and Martha was able to kind of rally them to join in on this cause, which was very brave of her to do, frankly. I don't, like, we knew Martha was a soldier, but it didn't occur to me that it would have been because they were kind of forced into making that choice, and not because she voluntarily wanted to be a soldier. Because it didn't occur to me until this point when they were like, oh yeah, it's a defense auxiliary, and now they have to go into combat, and I'm like, oh shit, so that's how Martha got wrapped up in all that, which is very it's very real. I know.
I was actually expecting that, but
yeah, it was very summary of her situation in general. Like, she didn't choose any of this, and like it just keeps continually being thrust upon her. And she has the courage to like meet it head on, but at the same time, it's like her life really is just like step by step getting dismantled, and she has no control over anything, which is, you said, like very real, very terrifying.
Yeah, it starts with her thinking, I'm going to go in to defend my country and save the people that I love, includes Henry, and then it escalates and escalates until it got to the point where we get to the end of this chapter, seeing what happened. And it's like, it's just so sad seeing how it all played out, knowing that, I don't know, if Martha, like, she could have chosen not to go into it, and maybe she and Henry could have worked out, maybe, I don't know, it's hard to say, like, if it was, I don't know, she made her choices, basically, and, we can't really sit here and, like, be like, what if? I mean, we could, because we all like fanfic and shit like that, so we're definitely going to do that.
It's gonna be half of this podcast.
Yeah, literally. But Martha did make her choices, and for good or bad, it landed them in the lives they have now, and I just admire their characters so much. I admire Martha's character for trying to do something, working and living for something, fighting for something she believed in, even though that she admits in the end that maybe she was wrong for choosing that, and Henry's the one telling her, no, you weren't wrong, and he's like losing his mind back home. Like, I love the scene. I screenshotted it. I loved when Henry is like trying to write to Martha, and he's trying to be like really calm and collected, and then in his head he's just like, come back, because he's like begging her. He wants to beg her to just come back home because he's so afraid of something happening to her. And then something did happen to her, or at least as far as he knew. Like Pines, weren't you?
I mean, something did happen to her.
That like he was gonna get married because he thought that she died. You're fucking right. I hope you're happy with yourself.
We are so good. We are.
I'm not. I'm I'm miserable.
Take it back.
You manifested this. Damn
I
it.
didn't want to manifest
your
it.
fault.
We
I'm
manifested
having such a
everything.
good time.
We
Honestly,
called
to be fair-
everything last podcast.
Us and
fair-
Endo are like running on the same wavelength,
think-
literally.
I think it shows that like I don't want to say like these are a lot of like really common like war movie tropes or like wartime tropes, but like they are.
I
But
mean, they
even then,
are.
it's still like I feel it doesn't feel like it's overdone or like
Well, it's
I
definitely
mean,
it's not over.
Do you know that all those tropes are based on real events? Like,
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
of course they are too.
like
well,
they,
at least
it
unlike the
feels
movies.
like it feels like it's not overdone because it keeps happening. Like in real
Right.
life,
Well,
this kind of horrible shit keeps happening.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but to Pines' point, it's like, and this goes back to Endo is a good writer. Okay, sometimes
Endo is a good writer.
Sometimes the chapters are hit and miss, but like when he's on it, like, and this like entire this entire arc follows a very tight and concise like it's hitting all the beats, all the right beats.
Yeah.
And like we have experience writing, so like I'm pretty sure that we can all agree that like if we were going to write a story in this vein, these would be the points that we would hit on, and like he's consistently like doing it, and I am thoroughly enjoying it.
He gets what we want.
Us.
He totally does. We are
He's
vibing
one
so
of
hard
us.
with Endo right now.
Yeah, we're on the wavelength. We all
are
wearing
on the
tinfoil
wavelength.
hats.
And like I love like what I love about the most about Spike's family too is like I love that there isn't an over glorification of war, of course, and that's something that he gets the freedom to do, Endo, because I know here in America I've heard that movies about war, about the military, do tend to be over glorified because of like funding reasons or something, or like there's certain laws about it, or like if you use like military
they are funded by
vehicles
the
or
military
locations, like you're forced to kind of have to write those things, and like the characters have to be written and we're like they're the good guys if they're in the military sort of thing.
Yeah, it's a bunch of military regulations. They do overlook this kind of thing. They do provide the equipment, but they're you cannot say this, you can say that, you cannot show it like this, you can frame it like that, and it's always, and there's always this air of these noble people sacrifice their lives for a better future.
The ads you see for like the Air Force and the Navy and the military, like online even now, is jarring to me. The way they frame them.
There's levels. I mean, like, and it's not a regulation thing, but it's more along the lines of, take for instance, okay, the first Transformers movie. The reason they were able to do that movie was because they received help from the military because they asked if they could, get help, and then obviously you're not gonna want to badmouth the people sponsoring your movie. So it's more of a.
That's how Marvel movies are too.
Well, in the context of this chapter, I mean, we see the propaganda firsthand, especially in terms of indoctrinating the children at a very young age. Because I mean, we go back to towards the end of the chapter, and a lot of them are still like little kids, and they're being told that you're the future. You have to love your country. You have to defend it.
You have to be patriotic,
which is so nuts to me. Like me, I was in junior RTC for like 4 years in high school, and like even then, I guess it depends on which unit you're with, but I mean the unit that I was with, it was never like you have to go and you have to defend your country and all that. But it's a very different state of mind, this chapter versus the world that we're living in now. The themes are still there, the patriotism and all of that, but this is a very different beast in this time frame that we're looking at, where it's just like you're a soldier first and a citizen second, basically, right? Or you're a tool first and a citizen second, basically.
No, do it for your country.
Yeah.
Luckily, in this day and age, I mean, at least it feels like because of, especially with like technology and the internet, like there's been so much more connection between people that I at least hope that there is more people who are more understanding of other cultures and more knowledgeable about those things. I want to hope, damn it.
Hope is good.
Hope is good, but
I mean, I'd like to hope it would get better over time, but
I don't know. We have had this technology for like over 20 years, and we just seeing a lot of history mistakes being repeated because people just.
So you're saying that Donovan Desmond is right?
Oh
Now,
shit!
Broski's.
Let's I was using that as a segue before we get into I guess the rest
Little
of Henry
Donovan.
and Martha. We got to talk about it. Little Donovan Desmond came out of
looking like a
nowhere.
loser nerd.
Full cut,
Jump
knockoff
scare.
mob.
Yeah.
No,
Just-
don't
seriously,
slander my boy like that.
No, I'm
No.
slandering Donovan.
he scares
No,
me. He really
He
does.
wants- He wants
Child
to be mob so bad.
Child Donovan unnerves me in a way that I did not expect.
It's the eyes. It's
He
the
looks like a
eyes.
nerd.
No. It's
Okay.
it's what he says and like
yeah,
his
it's what
he
thought
says,
process.
Yeah, humans are liars.
Right,
Yeah,
where he's like,
he's-
he says, I want peace, but I don't believe it's really possible to have.
Yeah,
peace.
he sounds like a little psychopath.
He really is.
Yeah.
His view of the world is very black and white, kind of thinking where like you're right or you're wrong. And I guess for him, he's like, I'm usually right, you're usually wrong.
Right.
Probably.
He's like in that mentality of like hopelessness, where he's just kind of like, well, not
Yeah.
hopelessness. He's just like, there's no point. Like,
He's cynical.
He has
don't
no
know.
emotion. I think he's just like, this is simply the way human beings are. This is just who they're meant
the
to
fact
be.
that he has that mentality at like the age of like between 12 and 14 is pretty scary to think about.
He
Yeah.
strikes me as like neurodivergent. Like
I know. I was about to say.
He got
That's
the
what I'm saying.
autism
It's the
eyes.
eyes, the mannerisms.
he shows no emotion in all the
Yeah.
panels that we see him, and he's very concise. He talks very well for his age, and his logic and like how he approaches things. It's clearly different from the rest of his peers. And I am not I'm not an expert. I would just say like
It's not unsound logic.
from an educator standpoint, because I do cover educator background, I wouldn't diagnose him obviously because I'm a doctor, but his mannerisms and how he presents himself, I would assume he would be like autistic, or at the very least on some sort of spectrum, which really like I don't.
I was gonna say he's also a child that's living during the war.
Yeah,
And so for him, the war has been going on
forever.
We don't know how many years. And so in his perspective, he's probably thinking that like, well, now I'm connecting it back to like what we know about current Donovan and the National Unity Party and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably where he got the idea that like, oh, well, if Ostania was just powerful enough to like not take over the world, but take over the world, then there wouldn't be a war.
Yeah, it's
Right.
It's like his entire sense of normalcy has been built around being in a world that is at war.
Yeah, maybe for him, this is just a random concept I'm thinking of, because this is off topic for a little bit, but do you guys know of the Percy Jackson series, the new
Yes.
TV
Yeah.
show?
Oh,
There was
yeah.
a
Watched
scene
the new
between
TV.
I haven't
Grover
watched it.
and Ares where Grover talked about how he admired all these wars that basically had like all this overwhelming power that the other side had like no shot and immediately gave in. And I wonder if that's what Donovan's hoping he can do with his war, is like if he can just amass so much power, there is no chance for any opposition, and that would be the real peace, is if someone else gave up basically and they were the ones on top.
All right, Hitler standard. Got it. It literally is. But
Yeah.
see, what makes me and what unnerves me the most, it goes back to when he says human beings are liars. And then later on where he's talking with Henderson and he's like, well, I wouldn't do that. I always enjoy your lectures, Mr. Henderson. But he's got
That's
that
so
blank
fucking
ass
scary.
stare. And
That's
I'm like,
scary.
I think he's lying right there. Like he just straight up is like, oh yeah, human beings lie all the time. And he just like looks at him. He's like, oh yeah, you're the best, Mr. Henderson. And like,
I took it
Yeah.
as like a very deadpan way, like him just saying it kind of matter of factly. Like when I become the dictator of the world, you'll be
you'll be
spared.
safe. You'll be safe.
Literally. That's what it felt like. Where it's like, I'll spare you from my genocidal war.
Literally.
Don't come to school back tomorrow. Like,
Hey, I'll text you before anything happens. Just give me your
Man.
deets.
I have mixed feelings about that part though, where I feel like, I don't know. When he's looking at Henderson like that.
Well,
I feel like he's kind of genuine there, but
well,
like,
okay.
No,
I actually think
I
I don't think Donovan himself is much of a. I think he's actually quite truthful. He's just very, like blunt about it, and doesn't know really how to convey his words in a more like sociably acceptable way.
yeah, that's
Where
why
it's
it
like,
goes back
part
to
of
he'll
the
just say like,
neurodivergent
"Oh, if I
thing.
hate you," he'll
Yeah.
just say, "I hate you," instead of "I dislike the way." He'll just say it, "I hate you," because he
Yeah.
doesn't care really about other people's feelings or their comfort. So he'll just say whatever the fuck pops in his.
You know
stupid
what?
little
No,
head.
I wasn't even thinking when I read this. Demetrius is exactly like young Donovan.
Yeah.
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 Except that Donovan here doesn't he's not an Imperial Scholar right now, but Demetrius
He's 12.
Already, yeah.
Yeah.
You're right about that.
outdoing his father. I'm sure his Donovan's kind of been pushing him to be that way, I guess. Be better than how
Oh
he
no,
was.
absolutely, because you did see that little squint of emotion where he said he didn't understand ... or whatever. And I think he's just trained himself to kind of be like that a little bit from the way his father probably acted or emulated that at home from what it sounds like. Maybe
I don't know.
I don't know.
Because I'm.
But all I know is he got the same crazy ass eyes as his dad.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
also.
And the eyeliner.
No, I don't know. Like Donovan has actually some light in his eyes, which is weird as fuck.
That's what I'm saying because
Wait,
And
because
eyebrows.
Donovan doesn't have his
And
ears
his
pierced yet.
eyebrows.
He doesn't have his ears pierced yet either.
Yeah, he's like a kid, to be fair.
What happened to him?
It's literally, yeah, it's like you see like one happy little photo and then
and
like
where's his
fucked up-
lobotomy scar?
Yeah, literally.
I'm still.
Oh,
I'm
I don't
still
know why
like,
I was straight up expecting him to have scars on his head as a kid. I'm like, wait, that doesn't
Why?
make
It's
sense.
like seriously,
I don't
like,
know.
what happened
It
to
just
him
seems like
between
he's always
graduating
been like
Eden
this.
and
That's hard to.
Well,
yeah,
he's a war
something
hero.
happened to this man.
Yeah, he's a
Well,
war hero, so something happened.
Yeah.
Melinda happened.
No, yeah. But I'm still looking at it from like,
Gave her
well, not even like
husband
Demetrius'
lobotomy,
perspective,
Kim.
but like his future self perspective, where he's like, he's like, excuse me for saying so, but you're a fool, and one shouldn't expect anything of those who, in their foolishness, have disappointed you once already. I'm thinking that in terms of Demetrius and Damien. And also
Right.
his wife and basically everyone in his close vicinity. Like, I'm
Yeah.
sure everybody has disappointed him once, so he doesn't expect anything from anybody. And he is on his own. Like, in his head, it's just him.
Which
and, like,
is
everything is on his
insane
shoulders.
behavior, for sure.
Yeah. From a 12-year-old, we're assuming. Because he is middle school, so I'm assuming, like, 12.
He seems so fucking tiny, though. It's like, kind of jarring.
Yeah.
Wait, how do we know it's middle school? I'm sorry, did I miss that?
Henderson said he was
said
teaching middle schoolers or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
it
right,
said
right,
he was
okay.
teaching middle schoolers.
yeah.
I mean, I
And
guess
I couldn't get no
he could
respect
be
from
is
them.
like 11.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking between 12 and 14.
Well, even then, some middle. Well, I guess it depends on where middle school is. I don't know.
True.
He might be like
How
in like
old?
6th grade.
I don't know
yeah.
how old. Because Endo has been combining like German education,
Yeah.
other Western countries, and Japan.
Yeah.
So,
Right,
I mean,
right.
even reasonably like 5th grade in some places is middle school. So he
Yeah.
could be as young as
Oh.
10, as old as 14.
Well, and then some other places, middle school is like 7th and 8th grade, and then it just goes straight to high school. So like, it could literally he's definitely younger than 13, I would say. So
Yes.
yeah,
I agree.
I mean, my mother's middle school was 7th through 9th grade.
Yeah.
And had
Right.
high
Oh,
school
interesting.
10
Right,
through
right.
12.
Yeah, I forget that's. I think 6th grade used to be part of like intermediate school. Remember that?
Yeah.
I went
I
to an intermediate
do
school where it
not.
was like between 5th, 6th grade maybe, and then you go into 7th, 8th, 9th kind of thing.
huh?
We need another official guidebook. We need to ask him. Someone needs to ask him more questions than release it.
Endo doesn't know the details.
Endo, what are your goals for his
I know,
education
but I
You
system?
expect him to know? The writer of the manga, please.
He doesn't care about details like that.
No, he just
That
cares
makes-
about. He just cares about shitty dads because that's all we ever get in Spy Family is shitty dads, like Henderson's dad.
Henderson's dad.
Oh
God.
yeah, it's
Oh yeah.
dad
So
sucks. Yeah.
Yeah.
that-
Can we?
that
Okay.
has-
Let's move on to that because I want to talk about Henry just going full feral. Hey,
He looks
takes-
kind of hot, not gonna lie.
takes off the
His
ponytail.
long hair actually looks pretty good like that. I wish he'd
Him
leave
looking
it down.
beaten up and everything. I'm like,
Henderson's a lady killer. We already knew that. Like,
I mean, yeah,
Henderson
he did
is
get
hot.
married after all. So he had at least one woman who was interested in him,
yeah,
despite all his craziness.
She's like, I can fix him.
God, the amount of angst I keep seeing from everyone about like, oh, his poor wife and stuff and everything. Like,
Yeah.
To be fair, would you be happy if your husband spent his
I
life
would not.
yearning for another woman?
Definitely not.
Or
I mean,
like,
I don't think he
Wonder
ever
if she could
properly like
tell.
yearned for her, especially not when he was married to his wife, because he at least respected her enough not to do that.
I'm shocked he had anybody to begin with. I mean, it's probably because he's hot, but I'm just shocked anybody afterwards.
It was for the family line, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, he got his ass beat in front of children, in front of faculty, and he got thrown into a jail cell all bloody and shit.
Well, actually, I was gonna say like what it was actually he was pulled outside, but there were people who saw that happen, like probably parents or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
everyone.
But, yeah.
But yeah, there's a bunch of people there.
That was fucking rough to see Henderson just snap because he was just so distraught over what was going on with Martha on the front lines. Because you never see him act like that before, but it was all for her.
Yeah.
I mean, he thinks she's dead.
Yeah, he thinks she's dead. Like,
they got the angst of it all. The angst of it all. Fuck Christ.
Well, he finally he finally went through what Martha went through. He's like, he lost everything, and he's just like, what's the fucking point now? And this is the part that I had said when we had first started this arc was like, this is the part where Henry breaks and just accepts his fate and becomes the Henry that we see at the beginning of the story.
Mm-hmm.
Just like bitter and like everyone. I'm not necessarily better than everyone else, but like other people have their place and they need to learn their place, you know. Which it's just fucking terrible. Like, God, he was such a nice person, and they just literally beat it out of him.
I know.
Old people.
Yeah.
Poor old people romance and
old people romance go to shit. It's
I hate how Henry looks exactly like his dad now.
I know.
Well,
at least he's a kinder man than his dad. That's for sure.
Yeah. He's like, son, you're gonna suck it up. You're gonna marry this lady, and poor Henry's just like, all right,
and you're gonna like it.
You're gonna like it. He's like, all right, well, I don't have any other choice. It's for the best anyway, is what he said. Or really, this is for the best.
Right, and I love the detail that I think because of his eye injury, he had to wear a monocle from now on for his eyesight.
I was wondering about that. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
He
looks good, honestly. He's got a good get up there.
He looks good in short hair.
Literally, Lloyd's outfit. This is literally Lloyd.
It's literally Lloyd with the swept back hair and everything.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, looking good, man.
That's crazy.
I've already seen people make parallels between them on Twitter and on social media. Smile.
Well, I think that's why Henry
less eyebrows, but the same thing.
I think that's why Henderson is so fond of him. Is like he reminds him of Lloyd Forger reminds him of a younger him. So I think that's why he's taken so much to the Forgers.
I want them to hang out more. I want Lloyd and Henry to interact more so badly.
All of them. He's got the trench coat too, but I hate that.
I mean, Henry was so taken back by how elegant Lloyd was.
Elegant.
He saw a little of himself in that boy. Elegant boy.
I hate that panel. I mean, I love that panel, but of where all the soldiers are coming home and he's just standing there waiting for Martha, even though he knows she's not coming.
I love that panel.
I love and hate that panel.
Finally sobbing and shaking.
I know, and then the little cut.
You want to hear something funny?
Yes. What? I mean, it's probably not funny, Pines, but go ahead.
Yeah. What do you got?
Both Martha and Henry waited for each other at that same train station.
Shut the fuck
and
up!
The other
Shut up!
Shut your dirty little Pines mouth!
I knew it wasn't gonna be funny.
It wasn't funny at all.
I want to hear shit. I want to hear shit from you for the rest of the day.
Of the lonesome time.
Oh my god. But you know what? It's okay because Martha survived. And now she's on an island somewhere?
No. People have been speculating
she's near the border.
Who that cabin is. People have been wondering if it's like shopkeeper or something. Or like the
people have been saying Lloyd's dad.
God.
You know what's funny? For a brief second, it flashed through my mind. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, he was like 12 at the time. There ain't no way he was there. But...
Okay, wait. So I did ask because that panel where it's just like somewhere on the east west border, I was like, I just have a feeling the English translation is fucked up. So apparently Raph from the server said that the direct translation of that text is somewhere on the outskirts of West Dallas. I don't know, guys. I don't know.
Maybe.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm not saying I'm just saying I'm waiting to hear what other translations have said.
Actually, have we considered it might be McMahon at all?
What?
I don't know.
Possibly, but like I don't. It would be very random.
We
of
haven't
him to show
seen
up
him
there.
since the graduation.
It's true.
Because someone bringing up like Lloyd's father, but I'm like, how old would he be?
Oh,
Too old. Too old for this.
Yeah, maybe it could be his family. You never know.
That will be the most random.
I just know it's gonna be someone interesting. It might not even be anyone relevant. At least not like the main character. It might just be some kind stranger who was taking in a poor woman who got
I had like a brief idea that like maybe timeline wise makes sense, but maybe it's the Authens.
Oh.
Yeah.
They were on the outskirts, right? They were in a like
they left the city during the war, didn't they?
Wait, was it the first war or second war though?
Oh shit!
Well, I mean, we don't know where they're obviously old enough to be in the first war, so like
right.
Oh, but they were teachers though. Or Authens.
He was a professor.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I can't.
No.
I gotta look back. Maybe
I don't know. I just feel like I can't see it being like a brand new character. I feel like it's gonna be tied back to the main cast in some way.
I know, that's what I'm thinking too. So I'm just like, what could it be? Because like,
and so I'm like, who? Yeah, exactly. Like, who could it be? It doesn't even have to be that character. It could just be a connection to that character. I don't think it's gonna be the Briars. Or
no,
even
I don't think
like
so either.
I don't like. I'm crossing them out because otherwise Martha would have recognized you, or not like recognized you, but recognized the name maybe.
Well, she
maybe she already does. And she's playing
not your Briar.
I know it's a stretch to think about like, but if she's on the outskirts of West Dallas, and you know how like Lloyd's dad was saying like Lloyd wanted to fight in the war against Ostanians, and then his dad was like, defending the Ostanians. So I'm like, I wonder if there was some way he was like involved with, taking care of an Ostanian that was like wounded or something. So I'm like, I know that's like a stretch, but
it's a stretch. I also don't know why everyone wants Lloyd's dad to come back.
I just want to see him.
I just want to see his
head. It's so juicy. What are you talking about?
No.
Yeah, I want Lloyd to. I love.
I don't want him to be alive.
I love it when Lloyd breaks. Can you imagine, like, just always calm, collected Twilight, and after all these years, he sees his dad and just fucking loses it.
Has a mentee.
And Yor and Anya are like, what the fuck is going on? And like, he's just like, not even for the mission. Like, it just like for the first time, like the mission is just like side, and he just like full of fucking rage. Like, where the fuck were you all these years?
Yeah.
That's what I want. I just want drama.
Okay, that's delicious.
I know. I thought about that too, but I'm like, man, he's a terrible dad.
I would love for Lloyd to be able to confront his father.
What is with shitty dads? I swear to God.
Endo's on a warpath. The only good dad in this story is fucking Blackfell. Like,
it's literally Becky Blackfell's dad.
I want to know about
and that's why
Becky's
like the best.
Did they have good father too, or no?
It sounded like they did.
It sounded like her parents were good parents.
They just not alive. So
yeah.
So she's like a Disney princess, but. But yeah, it's like,
It's just like, listen, there's a reason why we don't see Lloyd's face. Lloyd's father's face.
It's like, daddy issues the manga.
Yeah. Isn't that most manga, to be fair? What manga isn't daddy issues?
Yeah. The other 50% are mommy issues.
For real.
It's either daddy or mommy issues.
I'd rather be a dad in a manga than a mom in a manga, because it never ends well for them.
No, there's so many examples.
Not unless you're in Spike's family. Well, sometimes.
Unless
yours,
you're
the best mom around, and she's gonna be just fine. Lloyd's the one who's gotta watch out.
Exactly.
Lloyd and his mom make me so sad, and the fact that season 3 is coming.
I know. I'm ready for like young little Lloyd to be screaming his head off when like the scene when his mom.
I'm gonna cry there. Yeah,
definitely.
It's only been like 42 minutes. How the fuck did we get through that so fast?
Have you been able to look at any of the posts that I posted in the theories for the latest chapter?
I have not. I've been dead for 2 weeks. What you got? What you working
with?
Issue
99, like the recent ones where it shows like panels where Henry and Lloyd like look so similar in their mannerisms and their face. You see that?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I feel like he sees himself in Lloyd, because they're both idealists at the end of the day, and like I don't know, like, well, I mean, on one hand they vibe with each other, even though like I don't know if like Lloyd realizes it, but I don't know, like I just like the two of them. Like I like the thought of the two of them just like being very similar people.
I mean, I also brought up this parallel last time where it's like Henry and Lloyd both saw like intelligence and education as the way forward, and Yor and Martha both saw, I don't want to call it violence, but like along those lines as like the way forward.
Is it violence or is it just maternal protection?
She's a mama bear. Didn't have any other choice. Well, like Martha
I mean,
did.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if Martha realistically, I think saying Martha had a choice isn't realistic, because in her mind she didn't have any choices. Like
she had no future. She
didn't have anything else.
Her and Yor went the soldier route because that was their only option.
That for or at least for Yor, that was her only way of survival.
I think there's a lot of Martha and Yor parallels that I think we're going to keep coming back to, because we see in the letter that Martha writes to Henry where she's like both the part about how her like hands are filthy, and also the part about
that was
how
sad.
She feels filthy.
Yeah, she like has like a breakdown because she's like, we're gonna assume she's like killed people now. And she's like wondering what she's done it for. And Yor did the same thing during the cruise arc where she was like, what exactly am I doing this for? And that's like her big moment. So I think Martha will have a similar moment. And I think we're going to see something along those lines from Martha. Although I guess the one thing that's still kind of bugging me is that sometime from this time period to the present day in the series, Martha and Henry had to have like run into each other or like known the other was like alive.
Right.
Because during the hijacking arc, when Martha shows up, they're just like, casual. Oh, long time no see. Like you would have thought Henry would have had a better reaction. True. No offense.
No,
full offense.
No,
so either
she came back and saw that Henry was married.
No, I mean they have to know each other for a long time. So,
well, it could just be oversight on Endo's part. Like maybe he didn't plan for them to have this major backstory.
That's the other thing. I was like, maybe Endo just like retconned it.
Yeah, which is very common. Like,
yeah, it's common, but I'm gonna assume that Endo now knowing that he's writing this is gonna incorporate it in some way.
Oh, obvious. Oh, 100%. Like I wouldn't be surprised.
Gonna listen to this podcast and be like, oh, I need to make sure I do that.
No, but it's like, oh shit, I made them meet back way too casually. I have to find a way to make these make sense.
Yeah.
I've run into that too. So,
I mean, possibly they met up again like 20 years later, which still would have been like 20 years before the main events of the story. So they probably did see each other off and on again, but like what I think Sid, you had said, like she already saw that he was married, so she kind of distanced herself.
Yeah, I feel like she probably won't say anything to him. Like she'll see that he moved on, in quotes, she thinks he moved on, and she'll just like go on with her own life, and then all of a sudden, I don't know if they'll ever show them like seeing each other again before like anytime before the hijacking arc, but it would be interesting if they did that. I'd be kind of like sad if they did it. If Endo didn't have any plans for that.
Definitely. I'm trying to go back to the hijacking arc. Flip through some stuff.
Do we really want to go back to that?
I'm going back to it.
We're getting it animated, so.
Oh, right. How much of season 3? What's that going to cover?
I think at least till 86.
It's going to cover so much.
Oh yes. Oh, did you see the teaser poster?
You need to look at the poster because the poster literally
it has items from the mole arc.
Like it covers basically everything since the end of the cruise arc up until the mole arc.
Maybe it's a 2-core again.
That's what I'm thinking it is.
I think it's going to be 2 cores.
Probably.
I think it's going to be 2. It has to be.
Right. There's no way because
they gotta split it up and put some time between the cores. I think
because the second core was 40 chapters, so there's no way we can cover from 4. What is it? Is it 58.1?
There's no way they can put that many chapters in 12 episodes. There's just no way.
Because the Lloyd arc alone is going to be maybe 2 episodes.
Yeah. Wait, Crow, did you see the poster?
I have not seen anything.
I'm gonna tag you in.
I am in a rock.
Okay. It came out this morning at like 3 a.m.
Oh, okay.
I was awake. I was awake too.
Sid, please. You can't be awake all the time.
Yes, you can.
But like,
I just have a shitty sleep schedule.
No, yeah.
So bad.
Apparently, there's stuff from the mole arc into this thing.
Yeah. So like, I guess
the lion plush.
The lion. Mm-hmm. There's what else?
The pin on Wheeler's tie. And then there was like the documents too.
The car, the hat. I'm taking the hat as a sign.
Yuri wore that hat in both arcs. Like he wore it during the hijacking, and then he also wore it during the.
Okay.
Unless they're gonna speed run this shit and just like breeze over a bunch of the filler, which honestly I wouldn't mind.
No, but we're running into a big problem here. You know, the
We're not going to call it filler. We're going to call it the slice of life chapters.
No, well, some are filler. Some are.
You could always add extra anime only stuff in too.
Oh yeah. But let's forget that for a moment. If there's bullshit or there isn't, like we are starting to run into the catching up with the manga problem. You know, the Full Metal Alchemist original 2003 Full Metal Alchemist problem.
We're not going a similar route.
I don't know. I think it's different. I think honestly, like anime now, like just like waits. Like they don't feel the issue that they need to be constantly running on a weekly basis.
Yeah, well, yeah. Like the core system is different from the we have to have outside the long runners like One Piece, but yeah, they have.
I mean, yeah, like My Hero Academia goes on break like every year because they're not going to just keep going and pushing out bullshit, which is honestly a good thing. The thing is always bullshit. But I think that's the thing is like Spy Family comes out on a less consistent basis, and so probably the next time we'll have enough chapters for another season would be in like 2 years minimum. That's if Endo stays on a bi-weekly schedule though.
Yeah,
right.
I think that they could get away with even doing OVAs and extra content like between things if they wanted to. They can always do that.
I could even see them making another Spy Family movie.
Oh, I agree on
before another season.
Ooh,
and I know
can see that,
thinking of another season is like super far ahead, especially since season 3 just came out. But I think
season 3 isn't even out.
It just like got announced. But I think it's like fair to say that like Spy Family is. I think they're like committed to adapting it.
Yeah, it makes
for the money making.
Yeah,
well,
it's
a very popular series. It's been doing really well. There's so much so much merch. Holy shit, the merch!
Oh my god.
I only have a fraction of it. You should look at Sid and fucking Yumeka's. They got like the whole complete collection going on over there.
I probably still have like a fraction.
Like, my god, y'all and your disposable income could not be me, but I love you guys for what you have put together. It's amazing.
My Choyor shrine. My entire.
Yeah.
I have to buy another piece of furniture to expand because I do not have enough room for more Choyor acrylic stands. Because I'm literally insane.
Okay, on the season 3, I'm just looking at the poster. Like I'm paying attention to it in more detail. I'm like amazed at all the little teaser, like they have like Becky's little ID tag with the SOS message. There's the Tonitrous bowl with Anya's handkerchief from when she got one for saving Damien's ass. There's the onion and like little Kid Lloyd's helmet and everything. The burger,
the volleyball,
the dog tag.
Yeah, the dog tags are nasty. But we have the volleyball, so you know who that means.
Volleyball, your.
Woo!
Yep.
And
Melinda, they have to go
Melinda, baby. Oh, that's what the boxes are for. It's for those cookies, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, that Melinda was holding up, and your help.
Like the only things I don't know about
the shirt
are the shirt, this like rose that's fallen on the ground with the water, and then the lamp.
Yeah, that might be more original content, maybe.
And the shoes. The shoes are also throwing me off.
Which shoes?
Oh, the
little red shoes.
Where's the sandwich with the spaghetti? Where did that come from?
That's from
the burger when Anya like tried running around with a burger and it got on
landed on
Damien's
Damien.
Oh
yeah, it looked like he had horns.
It's gonna be a packed season. I'm okay with that.
I'm so surprised.
I totally have to go and print this out. I need to go.
I love how subtle, quote unquote.
Yeah.
If one of the lights is from a fucking boss.
No, that's the thing. Is like if you didn't read the manga, you just like would think this is all random stuff.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh yeah,
I love it.
I love all the clues.
But I love how subtle is. Well, sarcastically subtle is that one of the lights from this star comes from a toy bus. It's like.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, what is the lamp? Do I have to go through this manga and look where this lamp is from?
I've started going through it, and I'm like, I couldn't find anything about this shirt and the shoes like that would like relate to like in the area with the Tonitrous bolt.
I don't think they mean anything because one of it is just straight the light from outside. Endo just wanted to make a star. That was it.
I mean, the light from outside is where Yor and Lloyd are leaving her room.
No, the other one, the curtains.
No, but there's the one from the curtains.
Oh, the curtains?
Yeah.
Then there's a flashlight, too.
Like... Those damn curtains are suspicious.
Yeah, like, it's just the boss that is sus.
Maybe some of it's just miscellaneous stuff from the forger's apartment.
It's a red herring.
But I'm assuming the sunglasses in the bottom is like the Fiona's glasses that she wears in the
Fionki chapter. I thought those were the Bolt lady's glasses.
No, those
are like sunglasses.
That's the Fionki chapter.
Because Frankie's wearing the circular sunglasses, and then Fiona's looks like the one that's in the poster.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh,
love it! Can't wait.
If it's fall, way too much into this.
It's probably December again, but if it's fall, oh my god, it's gonna be such a stacked fucking season. Like you aren't gonna see me.
What else is coming out in the fall?
My guess is coming out
next year.
Not this fall. You mean next year? This is a 2025 for sure.
I'm sure this is. Coming
Well, I was thinking winter. Well, yeah, winter would be.
Oh, you mean like January?
Yeah.
I saw a bunch of like cute farming-esque games. I saw one, Blue, that's like apparently Stardew Valley, but you fly to different islands.
Oh, are you talking about Moonstone Island? I already have that one.
Guys.
Oh, really?
We're talking about games and we haven't even closed sessions yet.
Okay, that's the show, guys. Thank you for watching. Yeah. If you're listening to this, I deleted like a half hour of us talking about video games. So good. Thank you all for listening.
Make it like a separate video. The small portion of video game talk.
Yeah.
I mean, I
about
have to talk something.
Games.
I have to mention something.
Okay. What is it?
Okay. No, I was just going back to video game talk. So let's close this.
Okay.
All right, I don't even know. I suppose.
That was the chapter, guys. We're gonna wait. It's 2 weeks for the next chapter. Hopefully it comes out on time. You never know, but with a big chapter like this, well, oh no, what did I do?
What
did you do?
I might have lost some video towards the end. We're gonna find out.
Okay.
Well, shit.
Whoops.
Well, shit.
Yeah. Anyway, I made the sounds fine. It's the video I'm worried about, but oh well, we'll figure it out. Anyway, next chapter drops the 23rd. We'll be here. We'll see the exciting conclusion of who Martha marries after this.
Or we get another chapter.
Oh, God.
Another part.
Oh God, another part. I'll be shocked if it doesn't end next chapter. That would be a trip.
I wonder if we'll see any more of little gremlin Donovan.
I hope not. He scares me.
I kind of want to.
He reminds me of
He scares
Damien.
me too.
Yeah.
Well, not Damien.
I want more information.
Desmond.
I want more
He
lore.
reminds me of Damien.
I think we got enough lore and information for a
the
while. I don't think Endo's gonna give us much more after this. It's gonna be filler. Or like
yeah, it's
Probably.
gonna
Forger family
it's gonna be funny
angst, please.
shenanigans.
just Forge Your Family fun time. I'm about it.
Angst.
No, fun time, Sid.
I want
That's
more.
not
I want more angst.
No, I see it. It's gonna be. This is gonna close out, and then we're going back to Eden. We're going back to Eden, guys.
Yeah.
Well, we keep forgetting that Anya dropped that bombshell, so we gotta go back to that. We have to.
Yeah, we're gonna go back to it at Eden.
It's gonna chew at Damien, but he's not gonna he's gonna put it on the back burner, and then he's gonna forget about it for a little bit, and then it's gonna come back. Like I already know.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's like, oh shit, she can read minds.
Can she read my mind? And then he looks at her and she's doing something stupid. He's like,
and then she looks at him.
No, she can't.
Okay.
He's just like, Blink! Like, look at me if you can read my mind. And she looks back and looks
I'm
at
gonna
him.
have some things to check out later.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, you know what would be so funny if she can talk to people through her minds too? Like,
oh God, that'd be terrifying.
Can you imagine?
That's telepathy, right?
Yeah.
If her powers did develop that way, she'd
That'd be
probably
funny.
she'd just send them memes in their head.
Yeah, I know. That's why I think it'd be so funny when he's like talking to himself. And she's like, I gotta hear what you're saying, you dumbass.
Also, this is off topic, but to the person, if you're listening, if you're the person who runs the Spikes Family English Twitter account, do better, because why don't you have the other episode posters updated so I can print out posters for Spike's Family, damn it.
Do better.
Do better.
Do better, yeah.
Like, I don't know why, but they posted, like, you know when they had the cruise arc and they did that cool 3 poster, like, effect thing where you connected them all? They only updated...
The one on the beach.
They only uploaded the full set. They didn't upload the individual pictures for some reason.
Yeah.
And it's like, why would you do that? I want to print out the posters, damn it, in high quality, and I can't do that, like...
You're gonna have to tell me how to do that, but...
Don't tell me how to do my job. No.
This was supposed to be a closer statement.
Yeah. We're closer. All right.
Look, it's been a while, I guess.
Yeah,
and it was such a good chapter, damn it.
Yeah, such a good chapter. Can't wait for the
fulfilling
next
weekend.
one. Very fulfilling weekend.
Super.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and close it for today, guys. Hopefully we'll see you all again next week. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And we'll see you all again soon. Bye.
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 Still violently ill.